The Millennial Mixtape is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Alright. Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Justin with the Millennial Mixtape, and today we're bringing you a very special episode. In today's episode of the Millennial Mixtape, I am starting a new weekly series where I will be ranking and grading every TV show theme song ever. So this is a massive undertaking, and I'm definitely going to need some help from you because as far as I'm concerned, there's only 4 TV shows, right? There's The Office, 30 Rock, The Simpsons, and West Wing. Anything past that, I really have no idea. So go ahead and start dropping those TV shows in the comments so that I have more to review in the future. And with that, I'd like to tell you that today we're taking a look at the Brady Bunch. Here's how I did it. I put together a team of world-renowned musicologists, music professors, music producers. I put them all together, put them in a room, and I said, what makes music great? Give me all of the criteria you can think of, make me a rubric. I want everything. I want to know what makes music great. And after weeks and weeks of study and trial and error, they finally put together this fantastic list. I mean, it is the end-all, be-all of what makes music good and great. And then I threw that out because I know what's best, right? Yeah, just like you do. I know what's best. So I threw out their list of what makes music great, the rubric, and I came up with my own. I will link that below so that you can follow along as I go through the series. And yeah, so here's what's in the rubric. So we have the first criteria is earwormthiness, or the ability of the song to be an earworm. Intentionality of lyrics, does it give an accurate idea of the show? Title sequence, does it pair well with the title sequence in setting expectations for the show? And timeliness of the song. How well does the song compare to songs on the radio at the time of production? Is this an ageless song, or is it indicative of the times with which it aired? So those are the 4 criteria that I'm looking at. Pretty simple, right? I mean, I needed to keep it simple because there are a lot of TV shows. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into the premise of the Brady Bunch.
Hey, you guys. Oh, my no!
Here's what Wiki says. Mike Brady, a widowed architect with 3 sons, Greg, Peter, and Bobby, marries Carol Martin, who herself has 3 daughters, Marcia, Jan, and Cindy. The wife and daughters take the Brady surname. Included in the blended family are Mike's live-in housekeeper, Alice Nelson, and the boy's dog, Tiger. In the pilot episode, the girls also have a pet named Fluffy. Fluffy never appeared in any episodes following the pilot. The setting is a large suburban 2-story house designed by Mike in a Los Angeles suburb. In the first season, awkward adjustments, accommodations, gender rivalries, and resentments inherent in blended families dominate the stories. In an early episode, Carol tells Bobby that the only steps in their household lead to the 2nd floor. In other words, that the family contains no stepchildren, only children. Thereafter, the episodes focus on typical preteen and teenage adjustments such as sibling rivalry, puppy love, self-image, character building, and responsibility. Noticeably absent are any political commentary, especially regarding the Vietnam War, which was being waged at its largest extent during the height of the series. Now, to put that in context, the show premiered in 1969, specifically September 26th, and it ended its run on March 8th, 1974. The Vietnam War was going on loosely from 1955 until it ended in 1975. So yes, the show aired at the height of the Vietnam War, but I suppose if you wanted your political commentary, you went to MASH. Right, now a little bit about the track, just so we have some history on that before we launch into the grading.
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia!
So the theme song was composed by Frank DeVol, who has an insane resume. So on top of just being who he is, Frank DeVol, he has worked with artists like Nat King Cole, Ella Fitzgerald, Tony Bennett, Doris Day, as well as earning 5 Oscar nominations, including one for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which drop everything you're doing right now and go watch that, right? That's a seminal piece of cinema. And he also wrote the instrumental themes to My 3 Sons and Family Affair, which is what brought Sherman Schwartz, series creator and lyric writer, to bring Frank DeVol on as a collaborator. Now, Sherman Schwartz, as I said, he is the creator of the series. He also created many other TV shows, but I want to specifically mention Gilligan's Island. Now, the reason I mention that is because Sherwood Schwartz wrote the lyrics to Gilligan's Island, so we're going to get kind of a theme going on with those 2. The initial track in the first season was performed by the Peppermint Trolley Company. What? It went through iterative compositional changes throughout the next few seasons until the series ended, and if you would like to hear all of them, all of them, including the intro theme and the ending theme. I will link that below. There's a video that has all 5 seasons down there, so you can go and listen to all of them if you'd like to. Also, from season 2 onward, the Brady kids are the ones singing the theme, which personally for me, having kids sing on the track is not going to end well for you. That is not my most favorite thing, like, at all. Right? So let's grade this thing, right? So the first criteria is earworm-thiness, or the ability for the song to be an earworm.
Alice, the washing machine's gone crazy! Mom!
Mrs. Brady, the Suds are calling you.
Now, I think you would be hard-pressed to find someone who you could not hum the theme song to, and then not have the song immediately pop up in their head or start singing the lyrics to your humming. I mean, it's been around, right? So between the series, which lasted for 5 seasons, and then the spin-offs and the one-off specials that came after it, including the 2 movies that came out in the 90s, I mean, I believe anyone older than maybe 25 would probably know this song just by the hum. And for that, I would give it a solid 4 out of 4. But they have the Brady kids singing the theme song from season 2 onward, and I just can't get behind that. So I'm going to have to dock them half a point. So for the earworm ability, just for my sanity, I have to give them a 3.5 out of 4. All right, so let's talk intentionality of lyrics. Now this is a slam dunk. You get the exact idea of what the show is trying to get across. You have the Martin clan, Miss Brady's maiden name, because we do our research here at the Millennial Mixtape. So you have the Martin clan and the Brady clan coming together to form a Brady Bunch. I mean, it's all spelled out. There's no subtlety. There's no hinting, no guessing. There it is, right there. Bing, bing, boom. Sherwood Schwartz tells you the story from the theme song impeccably. There's no question of what the show's about. And whether you choose to watch it is entirely up to you, the viewer. So for intentionality of lyrics, I have to give it a 4 out of 4. Title sequence. I think this is one of the better title sequences that lines up with the lyrics. Like, so you hear the story of the Brady clan coming together, and then, you know, isolated in the presentation, you have the Martin family and you have the Brady family, and then they come together in this one big Zoom box, right? Speaking of that, right, that's going to be the only way I can dock this thing, is because of the Zoom jokes that we've all had to endure for the past 8 weeks or whatever. I can find no faults in the title sequence between how the title sequence presents the information of the theme and how enjoyable it is. I mean, we can't lie, right? It's novel, it's fun. And so even though with the Zoom jokes and everything that we've had to endure, I still have to give it a 4 out of 4. So far, the Bradys have 2 perfect scores and 1 half a point missing. Let's see how they do in the final round. Timeliness of the song. So here's where it gets tricky. The week this show aired its first episode, again, that was September 26, 1969 was the original air date. Nice. The #1 song in America was Sugar Sugar by the Archies. America, what? Sugar Sugar by the Archies. So the #1 song in our country at that point was a song written by a animated, fictional pop group. I mean, just wow. Just wow. But it was #1 in the UK for 8 weeks, so one for us. So suffice it to say, compared to what was on the radio at the time, a bubblegum pop earworm from, again, a cartoon, right? Clearly that's not who actually wrote the song, but it's credited to the Archies. It's a tough call between the Brady Bunch song and this song. But if it was up against the #1 song from just 4 weeks later, which was I Can't Get Next to You by the Temptations, it would be no contest. The Temptations would be the winner here. But because of the competition, I have to give the Bradys a 3 out of 4, which is generous, which is very generous. The song itself is memorable, but it's not timeless. And it wouldn't have stood a chance much longer after the Vietnam War ended, which again was in 1975. So the series ends in 1974, Vietnam War ends in 1975, and America looks just bonkers different after that. Final grade, final tally.
His name is George. George what? George Glass.
Adding all of these up, and then dividing by 16, multiplying by 10, that gives us a final score of a 90.6. Let's be gracious, let's be generous, round that up to a 91, which is pretty good, right? That is an A by modern grading standards, so not too shabby there, Brady's. Sherwood, Schwartz, Frank Valo, great work there, guys. So there we have it. The Brady Bunch theme earns a respectable 91% or an A. Let's see how your favorite show does. Go ahead and drop the name of your favorite show in the comments, and I'll be sure to throw it in my list. Again, I'm trying to work weekly through all of them. And also, while you're down in the comments, let me know what you think about my score. Is 91% too harsh, too generous? Let me know. All right, so that's it for me. Thanks for tuning in. And if you liked today's video, please hit that like button. If you loved today's video, hit the subscribe button and that bell gizmo so you're notified when I drop the next episode of our weekly series where we explore every TV show theme song ever. Ever. Whew. All right, so again, I'm Justin with the Millennial Mixtape. Over here is a video that you might be interested in. Go ahead and give that a click. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay well.